Hey everybody! Hi Geeks! This is the officially unofficial Geek Channel weekly comic roundup. I am always, as always, your wonderful host, Carrie Quinn. I'm always here. I'm always the one. I'm always the one bringing the geek stuff to you here on the officially unofficial Geek Channel. Got some things to talk about business-wise at the end of the video. So, stick around. Stick around, see? Oh wow, I never do that right. Yeah, that kind of actually sounded perfect, actually. I always sound like when I try to do that dialect, I never get it right. But today, thankfully, when the camera was rolling, I got it at least halfway decent. Anyways, this is the officially unofficial Geek Channel weekly comic roundup, and I am really excited this week. My hair is still doing weird things like it did last week, but we're using the cat ears because you know what week it is. yeah. It's Catwoman week. We'll get to that shortly. I love Catwoman. I love Catwoman almost as much as I love Harley Quinn. No, we're not going to get to talk about Harley Quinn this week. That's next week, I believe. Yes, next week. Next week we'll get to talk about Harley Quinn. But for now, we don't get to talk about Harley Quinn. We get to talk about all the other comics that came out this week that I read. And obviously, the ones that I read are not the encompassing all the comic books because really, it's expensive paper. It's hard. It's hard, guys. And yeah, it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby. It's an expensive hobby that I am somewhat shamelessly trying to make a job out of at some point in my life. Maybe. And that starts with you guys. So if you're seeing this for the first time, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, tell your friends about me, even if you hate me, because, you know, I would prefer if you liked me. Honestly, that would be great. I mean, who else sits here with lipstick on, cat ears, and a Batman t-shirt to talk to you about comics? Okay, probably a lot more people do that than I think, but nobody like me. Wow, that sounded really arrogant. I meant that to sound confident. I'm going to have to work on that. Yeah. Anywho, so I had a great week with comics. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. As always, this is how we do it. We give you the roundup of comics, and at the end of the comics is my comic of the week. And oh man, I gotta keep my lips zipped on this one because believe me, I am very excited. I was so excited that if you're following me on Twitter, and if you're not, you should, Carrie Q Author, at Carrie Q Author on Twitter. And I also did this on our Facebook page too. So if you're not on Twitter, but you're on Facebook, follow us on Facebook as well. You're going to find a link to it all below, a path, everything that you can do to be on with us. So we not only do this comic thing, I also talk about stuff in social media. I'm working on other, ideas right now. Sometimes I review things. Yesterday, I watched the Masters of the Universe Revelation. I watched all of it, okay, and I did a review. So that posted yesterday. So check that out as well. That was really good. Did you guys see it? Because if you saw it, go to that video, watch my review. It's not that long, not like my weekly comic review videos that get kind of lengthy here, because I kind of go off on tangents like I am right now. right now. But go to that video, watch it, comment, let me know what you thought, and then share it with your friends on social media. Get the word out there about this channel. Because we're here, we're weird, get used to it. Anywho, let's get into the comics, shall we? Let's not waste any more time. All right. So the first comic we're going to talk about this week is Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow 2 of 8. Okay, so I'm not okay, guys. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. We know what happened at the end of the first issue. We know. We know. And if it wasn't for my intense need at this point for vengeance, I might not care about carrying on with this title. One of the things that seems to be happening in this title a lot is a lot of narration, not a lot of things and people talking. Okay, something that Tom King does very well as a writer, is write good narration. The thing is if I wanted to read a book, I would read a book. Tom King is a very good writer, very good. I would love to read a novel that he wrote. If anybody knows of any, let me know in the comments. Tell me Tom King wrote a novel and tell me what it is, because chances are I'm gonna march my happy internet browsing ass over to Amazon and put it on my goddamn wish list. Okay? I have a to be read pile that is starting to really get up there, okay? But I would add that to my Amazon wish list in a heartbeat, because really good narration. Good narration. There's just a lot of it. It's just a lot of it. Now, I've been arguing, I've debated this with a couple people since I read this issue, one or two people, about Tom King and any weirdness I feel in regards to time progression and time jumps. Okay, so did anybody else have a problem? Comment below, let me know. Did anybody else have a problem when you're reading this and thinking, even though yes there is text in there saying so many months have passed, it felt like there wasn't much of a time progression in it? Or maybe it was the narrative, the constant narrative in it that was kind of taking away from that. I don't know, but for me, it looked like they were attempting to do a little bit of something similar to the Superman book. If you've been reading Superman, Superman has been a little bit more narrative, kind of like somebody reflecting on the past and reflecting about stuff going on now and that kind of thing. It's kind of like Superman talking to his son, John. And that works. That stream of consciousness narrative, retelling the tale later thing, works for Superman because Superman is addressing his son. And there's this really known, concrete relationship there. In this circumstance, if you've been reading this, Supergirl has come across this person and they just met, like, recently. Now, granted, they've been through a lot together in just this small amount of time, but not nearly as familiar as Superman is with his son. So if I was going to compare these two, I would say that the narrative, heavy narrative thing works for Superman because of that, and not so much for Supergirl. I'm looking at my notes here. it would have been better if it was kind of told in a different way, but like I said, a lot of heavy narration here. Um, like I said, Tom King is a fantastic writer. It's just I didn't want to read a novel. I wanted to read a comic book. Um, is that kind of an offhanded like compliment, like backhanded compliment? Like I'm backhanding him, like this wasn't good for a comic book, and I was reading a comic book, but yet you would probably be a really good novel writer. Is that backhanded? Is it? I'm really sorry if it is. I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm just giving my opinion. Look, dude, you're great. Just not that kind of great at times. Sorry. Sorry. I feel bad now. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's just move on with this thing here. And we're going to move on next to Justice League 65. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to admit right now that I read Justice League number 65 before I read Shazam. Okay, Shazam is coming up in this episode. Shazam number 1, it's coming. All right. I read Justice League before Shazam, and there were some questions in my head in regards to Black Adam, which I'm going to talk about more actually because of the Shazam issue in a few moments. But here we pick up where we last left our heroes, the getting ready for an imminent attack and dealing with this epic battle over at the Hall of Justice. Okay, so that's going on there. This being, this alien being is trying to come and nab Superman, kill Superman, what have you. Okay, come on. Have you read the Wikipedia? He's Superman. Okay? God, like it's gonna be easy. I mean, even if it was easy to fight him on his own, he's got all of his buddies there. You got no one. You got no one. Okay? So, here's the thing. So we got that all going on at the Hall of Justice. Everybody's scrambling, trying to get people into basements, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to get Naomi's family into the basement with the dark Justice League Dark. So you have John Constantine down there and everything like that, and they're all like, okay, cool, we'll stay down here. So, meanwhile, Black Canary and Green Arrow are in the sticky situation of their own with Deathstroke. Yes, Deathstroke, guys. Okay, so I just got off watching all of the first 2 seasons of Titans. And believe me and Deathstroke aren't friends. But, anywho, I'm still kind of really interested by the character of Deathstroke, and probably will read some of his, past trades and everything like that. But anyways, Black Canary gets an earful of information and some extra stuff her boy been doing, as well. Methinks Dinah doesn't know what Oliver is always doing and didn't know that he was still involved with this whole checkmate thing. If they get out of this situation, I'm sure he's probably going to end up in the doghouse for a little while. Yeah. Ooh, okay, so the next thing that I read was a new limited series. DC, of course. Blue and Gold, 1 of 8. This was cute. Yes, Booster Gold has a point. Okay, not everyone are bazillionaires. Some of us have to make our money in other ways. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. Booster Gold is a content creator on social media and trying to make some money while doing it. I get it. And he is live streaming Saving the Justice League. Okay, you know what? Like he said, not everybody is a bazillionaire that can make, have tons of fucking money and he's just trying to make $1. Well, you know what? He's trying to make a dime where everyone else makes $1. Okay? Seriously? Yeah. They're lucky he doesn't take time to take a shit in the bathroom, down the street. Okay? So, but it isn't going very well for him. I like the kind of, juxtaposition of everything going on and him trying to live stream and Skeets doing the live stream and the comments that come in sometimes when people do live streams and like people like this is so fake and blah 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 and oh my god I love Booster Gold, that kind of thing. I love that kind of idea in the writing and the art and everything like that added to it very nicely. But it really isn't going well for him, and Skeets goes to try to find him help, and the help he goes to try to find him is his good buddy Blue Beetle. Woo! Blue Beetle, he's kind of lacking in the confidence department lately, His self-esteem, his lack of self-esteem seems to be kicking him in the ass, okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay, Blue Beetle. It's okay. It's okay. But, Blue Beetle still picks himself up and goes and kicks ass and helps out. And in the end, when everyone's safe again, he is given a proposal. He has to make a decision. This is the kind of decision that you see in every behind the music, I swear. Maybe not every behind the music, but you've definitely seen it in behind the music quite a while, where, quite a few times. If you ever watch Behind the Music on VH1, you can now see some episodes on Paramount Plus, and also they're going to be rebooting Behind the Music on Paramount Plus, and believe me, I'll be watching. That's a total other story for a total other time. And so he's given that whole decision of like, we want you but not your friend kind of thing. So you're gonna have to read to find out what Blue Beetle does. And yeah, it's a really cute and fun low stakes read. It's a limited run, so and I'm into it, so I'm gonna keep going with it. It's pretty cool. So the next issue that we're going to talk about here is Nightwing number 82, The Mystery of Melinda Zuko. Ooh. Yes indeed. I was a little bit worried that this is going to be kind of a filler issue. But you know what? No. There are no filler issues with Nightwing. At least none yet that I know of in the course of me reading recently. So, I am happy. Okay, so what? Okay. First off, let's talk about this. I really think that everybody's short of the Marines. The United States Marine Corps were about ready to storm the castle to save Dick. Like, that just happened. The Marines are gonna save Dick. Okay, sorry. I am 39 years old. I am almost 40, and there's a part of me that is still 10 years old. Okay. Sorry. There's a little bit of a lapse in maturity there. Okay. Alright. So that wasn't planned much. I mean, did somebody forget to alert the National Guard or something that Nightwing didn't need help? Because, wow, that ending. Whoops, that ending. Okay, guys, if you read the issue, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so Dick is where we last left him. He is sitting there with this woman, Melinda Zuko, who is now mayor of Bloodhaven, and Melinda Zuko, who is the supposed daughter of the man that killed Dick Grayson's parents. So he's sitting there with her. He doesn't have his mask on anymore. And if you recall in the last issue, she drops this bomb on him, you know? Like, hey, Dick. Hey. I'm your sister. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's rough. Okay, and it didn't have much in the last issue of like building upon that before it ended. It just kind of ended there. So when you're sitting there and you're like, oh no, oh no, what does that tell you about society when you're sitting there like you immediately assume the worst? So I immediately assumed the worst about Dick Grayson's father, and thankfully it did not come to pass. Okay? So yeah, we get the story of Melinda Zuko, not from her, but from her mother. Okay, so she brings Nightwing up to meet her mother. And, okay, so he finds out how Melinda came to be his older half-sister. I gotta tell you guys, like, I've been building up to this for a moment now. I was legit worried that Dick was going to find out and have to deal with the idea that his father was being a cheating asshole. But thankfully, it didn't go down like that. So if you want the whole story, you got to read the issue and all that. And it was actually looking okay until the end. The end looked kind of messed up, and I'm worried about our hero. But I'm sure I am needlessly worried because it is Nightwing. It's Nightwing. What can I say? It'll be okay in the end, I hope, and yeah, it'll be all right. But it was a great issue. I really enjoyed it. I was apprehensive about the idea of Melinda Zuko being his half sister. The last issue. Now I'm feeling a little bit more solid about this, especially since it all came from a second source that has no reason to lie, in my opinion. So, yeah. Alright, guys. So, the next issue we're finally getting to, we're getting to Shazam, #1. A lovely variant cover that I picked up. Very nice, very nice. So, admittedly, I don't know a lot about Shazam. But I know some of the history involving it. So, you've got Billy, who is basically Shazam, but he's like a kid, right? And the only way he becomes Shazam is by saying Shazam. I like saying that. Shazam! 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 Okay. Move on, Carrie. Okay, so poor Billy is having some problems maintaining his powers, and when he eavesdrops, he finds out at the Teen Titans Academy, he finds out that the Titans are planning on keeping a secret from him about what's going on, because they find out what's going on, possibly. But besides that, they don't want him to, be in danger, so they're going to try and fix the situation and then explain it to him later. Which probably would have worked if he wasn't eavesdropping outside the door. So now he is bound and determined to do his part to realign his powers because, well, it's more than just him being a superhero at risk here. He's used his superhero powers to help a friend of his before, and the friend is in really dire straits, and it's not looking good for his friend. So he really wants to help his friend. So, there are a few things here. Okay, One, we're going to talk first about Black Adam. Okay, so during the Justice League issue, everyone is all of a sudden like, where's Black Adam? Where's Black Adam? Why isn't he here fighting with us? And at first I was like, oh man, is Black Adam like being a shit? Like, is he being a shit right now? But then here's the thing, you find out in Shazam that the two of them having similar powers, they both actually are probably feeling some of the same things here. So, calm down on Black Adam. If you didn't happen to read Shazam and you're like saying, you're like, what's the deal with Black Adam? Where is he at? Like, what's going on? And you read Justice League, when you read Justice League, you were thinking that, well, calm down. Calm down. There may be a problem with his powers that they haven't talked about yet with the Justice League because, well, hey, everybody's busy right now. So anyways, there's that, right? So then, earlier in the issue, in the book, Shazam, Billy, meets a kid named Dane, okay? So Dane, okay, so here's the deal. Billy is getting ready to leave, right? And to go find out what's wrong with his powers and fix them and everything like that. Okay. So his friend, they find out through their eavesdropping that some item needed for his powers is in the underworld. Okay, so dangerous stuff here, guys. Dangerous stuff, all right? So his friend is trying to convince him, no, just let the Titans handle it, blah, 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 and then let them help you, and, because that's dangerous shit, all right? And he's like, what do you have to go to the underworld? What do you expect? The Grim Reaper just come knocking on your door? And then a knock happens. It happens to be this Dane kid. Okay, so what's going on with this right now? You know? I mean, this Dane kid, is Dane death? Is Dane death? The death? The death from the Sandman series? Because death can take any form they choose. So what if Death wants to come along and go to the Teen Titans Academy and realizes that she can't just show up looking like Death? So she changes her appearance to look like this kid, Dane. Okay, so Dane has powers. And Dane does something, and I think it's death. I think it's death in the form of a teenage boy. I personally think that nothing actually comes out in the issue and says it. That's just me having a thought. I know they happen so few, far between, but I had a thought. What if Dane is Zach? It's those things that you think about and you're like, could be. Or it could just be a demon, like Raven, because Dane was working with Raven. But it could also be Death. And that's cool. But anyways, Shazam, really loved it. Gonna keep going with it. It's a limited series. And yay. Especially if there's a possibility that we could be seeing Death. Right there. I love her. I love that character. Anyways. So the next to last issue that I'm going to be talking about, which gives you a pretty good idea when I talk about this one, what my comic of the week is. Here I'm going to talk to you about Superman and the Authority. 1 of 4, guys. 1 of 4. What the hell? Wow. Okay. So, all right. I have a crumb on my shirt. That sucks. Um, for those of you thinking out there that might be thinking that this comic is about Superman finally putting that punk band together, it would make a good name, a band name, wouldn't it? Like Superman and the Authority. Yeah, that would make a really good band name. Sadly, you would be disappointed. This is not about Superman starting a punk band called Superman and the Authority. Yeah. I knew it wasn't going to be about Superman starting a punk band. I knew it wasn't going to be, but I was just thinking, like, somebody might have thought that. So I'm going to talk about it and say, dude, you're wrong. If you were thinking this was Superman is about to do some really messed up shit for the good of the planet, you will not be disappointed. Because yes, quite frankly, Superman ends up doing some messed up shit for the good of the planet. Okay, so we do have some time hopping here between the 60s and now. And Superman is going from being Earth's only best chance, him in the Justice League, to being kind of a fuck up, apparently. Okay? And he's trying to get the help of Manchester Black in a crusade to make it up to Earth. But Superman is kind of a bit Amanda Waller-esque here. So even though he's doing some messed up shit, it's still really good. Okay? So there you go. Even though he's doing some messed up shit, it's still really good because it's different than what we're used to with Superman. Most Superman has Superman being, the goody-goody, truth, justice, and the American way, Boy Scout type. But here we have a departure from that, and that's what makes this really interesting. The fact that, he is kind of Waller-esque here makes it interesting. This is some good shit, okay? Superman equals savage shit with Superman and the Authority. Yeah, I'm going to keep reading this one. It's pretty damn good. So, drumroll. What is my comic of the week? Guys, if you haven't guessed it already, pay attention. For real. Pay attention. Because what came out this week? What am I wearing on my head? Catwoman number 33. Woo. Yes, okay, so if you read this and you don't understand why Catwoman number 33 is my comic of the week this week, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you can have a different comic of the week, but still understand why I picked Catwoman number 33 as my comic of the week. But you can't be sitting there and being like, shit, Catwoman shouldn't be anyone's comic of the week. Nay. No, sir. Catwoman is my comic of the week. Because it fucking rocked, by the way. It was amazing. So, yeah, this is comic of the motherfucking week, everybody. Alleytown is protesting, and there is some clashes with police, and the assassin sent to kill Selena by the Penguin has just made an old church blow up. And, okay, so guys, if you read the Catwoman annual, you will know this part. The end of it, he made the church blow up. Okay? So they're talking about this in the beginning of the Catwoman 33. And yeah, they're talking about it. So the police are clashing with the protesters, and the protesters are getting blamed for setting the fires and shit. Oh, okay, you know what? So much about DC Comics right now. Why I think DC Comics is having one of the best, well, years ever right now compared to other comic book companies is because they are taking this storyline, especially in the Bat books, in the Bat family, in the Bat books, and it is just like it is. Gotham could be real, guys, because there's the protest between citizens and police, and the police are taking things too far and by getting the magistrate involved and Simon Saint and everything like that. So this is all coming together, and it all is like it could have been clipped from our regular headlines, except no masked Cape Crusader, no woman in latex bodysuit, leather bodysuit, running around trying to decide whether she's good or bad. Okay. So Alleytown is dealing with protests and police clashes and fires and shit, and so Selena finds the new hideout for her alley cats. Well, where her alley cats have now set up shop, and they are getting up with some serious comm tech and shit. Okay? Like, seriously, they have got some next level comm type shit going on. It is really some brilliant stuff going on here. But Selena is a little bit apprehensive about everything going on. She sees how, not even thinking about Father Valley, the assassin sent to kill her. Like, she doesn't really even know too much about that yet. But just thinking about everything going on, you know, she's got the whole thing involving Poison Ivy and the magistrate and all that stuff. Well, I say Poison Ivy, but like Ivy. Let's just say Ivy. Okay? Because we all know there's a possibility that there could be multiple Ivies here. Okay? So she's got all that shit going on, right? And she doesn't even really know about the whole Father Valley thing, to my recollection. Like, she doesn't even know about that shit. Okay? And she's dealing with everything else, right? She's dealing with all the unrest in Alleytown, and she's the queen, supposedly the queen of Alleytown, and she's worried about her people. She's worried about her alley cats. She's worried about everything happening because this is some crazy shit going on here. So she's left kind of sitting there, like, looking at all this stuff and being like, man, you know, no. She's not into everything that's going on. She's not into the idea of anyone risking their lives to help her, especially since she just came from Leo's bedside. Because if you remember, Leo, before the annual, was tortured and shit by Father Valley. So, you know, yeah, she probably knows a little bit about Father Valley. But like, honestly, she's got a full plate. She's got a full plate and she's still staying at the buffet, you know what I mean? So like, it's like somebody would be like, yeah, Selena, your plate's already full. You know, you should probably just go and handle that. And she's getting that idea now. She's getting it. She's just like, wow. She's looking around and she's like, this shit is next level. Okay? Next level. So they're working on that. And so, you know, not going to give anything away, but Selena actually runs into some old associates that are actually, because she's just like, how is all this happening? You know? And they're like, hey, we're here too. We're here too. And we would like that second chance as well. So they're trying to work that out, Selena and these other people that came in, and I'm not going to give that away for you. You got to read the issue, okay? Because it's some pretty cool stuff, though kind of slightly awkward though when you think about who is in her alley cats and who one of these people were. Anywho, I wonder if they get what's going on yet. Anyway, if you read the issue and you get what I'm talking about, let me know. Okay. So they're trying to work all on some of this stuff and trying to work on, fortifying and everything like that, and getting the right people in line and doing all that stuff, right? So Mr. Asshole Assassin shows up and to mess with Selena. He's decided now, because of everything going on in Alley Town and everything going on, that is his prime opportunity to move on Selena Kyle. Can't say I blame him. Does make sense. But still, he's an asshole. Leave Selena alone. Jesus Christ. Just because she stole all the Penguin's money. Just because. She did it for a good cause. But Penguin is, a villain and stuff and wants her dead now. Asshole. Anywho, so Mr. Asshole Assassin shows up to mess with Selena, and things are not looking good for Selena Kyle at all. At all. And then, holy shit, that ending. Oh my god. I'm not giving it away. Not gonna, zip the lip. Not gonna do it. I give away some spoilers, but never the big shit. Never the big shit. That ending. That ending. Okay, so guys, I literally gasped. Gasped at that ending. And it was really kind of killer how they set this shit up, because you're reading and page and a page, and then it was literally you had to turn the page and see it. Ah! I literally gasped looking at that page when I turned the page, and I just my whole, because the whole page is this beautiful one page, full page panel thing, and it is gorgeous. Okay, it's beautiful. Things are not looking good for Selena, and just what happens at that moment. It was great. I was hooting and hollering, and I literally gasped for that moment at the end of Catwoman. Bravo. Bravo. For real. For real. Good job, guys. Good job. So yeah, I'm not gonna give it away. Zip the lip. Okay? Because it's really damn good. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm so goddamn excited. If you read the issue, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I am not going to tell you what happens on that last page of Catwoman. You are going to have to read it for yourself. Yeah. Or have somebody else spoil it. Not me. I'm not going to spoil the last page of Catwoman. Huh? No. I'm not going to spoil the last page of Catwoman that made me gasp. Absolutely not. Not for me. Not for me. At all. Boop, boop. Yeah. Catwoman was fucking awesome. Yeah, guys, Catwoman. Look at it. And that cover, that Jenny Freeze cover. Holy shit, man. That is absolutely some beautiful shit. I know, like, one of my favorite variant artists, I think. If I was to, like, be like, Man, somebody was like, hey, right now, without having to think too much, who's your favorite variant artist? And I'd be like, this person. That person. Right there. Some of the most beautiful stuff that I've seen in a while. So there you have it. Those are the comics of the week. Let's talk about some other stuff real quick. Okay, so before I let you all go, I'm going to talk to you about a few things. One, always do the YouTube channel type things, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends this person's weird, but she talks about comics and she's cool. All right? Because I'm really trying to build something here, and that only works if I get people involved by following this page. Follow my page. Woo! Come and follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, my personal Twitter, at Carrie Q Author. I will also have that information down below. Also, something that we're doing right now is there is this kind of crowdfunding kind of website that's trying to kind of compete with Patreon here, and I decided to go with them. I actually signed up for buymeacoffee.com. There's no actual coffee involved, sadly. Unless you want me to buy a coffee, I'll do it. I'll talk about it on here. I'm not above that. I'm not. So, here's the deal. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get the hobby to help pay for itself here. If you like my channel, if you like all my content, please, and you are so inclined and you are able, go to buymeacoffee.com. I'm going to put the link here below so you can find me easily. So the setup is this. It's instead of doing like a Patreon where you're subscribing with a monthly fee, this is really cool because you can do a membership, or you can just, maybe this month you have $5 that you can give me, and you give me $5 this month, and maybe next month you're not doing so hot, and you gotta be like, man, I really want to support Carrie, but in the officially unofficial geek channel on YouTube, but I can't do it this month. But you don't have to. You don't have to. And here's the beauty thing. I'm using, at this point in this juncture of my content creation career, I'm using this money to do stuff for this channel. So please go to, if you are so inclined, I would be forever thankful, and I will mention you in videos. Go to Buy Me a Coffee. I'm going to put the information down below, and you can do that. If you like the channel, you like me, you like what we're doing here, you like what we could be possibly doing here, and if you want me to specifically do something like buy a coffee, I will do whatever you want me to do with your $5 within reason. Within reason. Like maybe you're like, hey, Carrie, go try that new Starbucks drink. Here's $5. I'll do it. Hey, Carrie, a new X-Men series started, and I know that usually you're pretty limited on what comics you buy. How about you go and you buy that comic and talk about it? I will. Hey, Carrie, go on and sign up for a week of Amazon, or a month of the Amazon Prime so you can watch this show. I think you'd really like it. I will, and I will talk about it here. Woo! So anyways, yes, buymeacoffee.com for the officially unofficial geek channel. Please follow the link below because I couldn't put the whole name because there was like a number of like letters I was allowed in my thing. So anywho, so do all the things you normally do, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Buy Me a Coffee, and buy me a coffee. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for this week. This is the I mean guys, this was a great week for comics, I have to say. And next week's going to be a great week for comics too, and all the weeks after that going to be great weeks as long as these people are still dialing out this content and having fun, hopefully. Cuz I'm having fun with what they're reading or what they're writing, excuse me. I'm having fun reading what they're writing. Yeah, there we go. So, this has been the officially unofficial Geek Channel weekly comic roundup. My name is Carrie Quinn. Please keep reading the comic books. Please go to your local comic book store and talk to people, find out what you like, find out what you don't like, and go from there. Bye!